Okay, so hi, welcome back, and let's kick off first of all by me telling you a joke. Yeah, so Tony goes off to Africa to play golf. Yeah, likes having a little bit around in somewhere exotic, and he's got himself a caddy, carries his golf clubs around. He's got a bit of an audience. Every time he tees off and he's putting and that, there's the audience are going onga bonga, onga bonga. And he looks at him and he thinks, oh, okay, whatever. Does it again. The caddy says, unga bunga, unga bunga, unga bunga. He thinks, oh yeah, it must be a local tradition, yeah. So anyway, he finishes his set, and then he goes off, has a lunch, picks up a girl, goes back to her place, and he's got her bent over, all excited like, and he gets potatoes deep, and she goes, unga bunga, unga bunga, and then runs off. Yeah, and he's like, what the hell was all this about? So anyway, a little bit shaken, goes to sleep, wakes up in the morning, goes back, plays another round of golf, yeah? And lo and behold, again, his caddy's like, after the first couple of holes, he's like, onga bonga, onga bonga. Tony turns around to the caddy and he says, listen mate, what does this mean, this onga bonga? What does it mean? Oh, that's very simple, boss. What it means is you have the wrong hole, you stupid man. Yeah, get it? Wrong hop, golf, yeah, whatever. Okay, anyway, so what we're up to at the moment is updating this, my system, yeah. So what I have is my Ethos Tech. It seems to have fallen asleep for some reason. I want to update it. Okay, so yeah, it's just one of these things with these PCs that it's old, yeah. So it's going to now put the program into this, yeah, and then I'll have updates. It's got BMW and now, like I say, it's £40 a month, and I do justify the cost because I charge like 20 quid for a plug-in. Yeah. Now, some people don't want to pay that at all, do they? Well, they can literally just bugger off, and I'm just not interested in doing anything for them. I know that they just want a freebie. Yeah. Costs me money to run this, and yes, I do use it for work. Because for me it's easy, I look good, I'm productive, yeah, and I'm a leading member of my team in this way, yeah, and I know some people don't agree with it. Generally I don't agree with buying stuff, tools for work to do the work, especially this stuff, but I'm using this at home as well. Some workshops have got this sort of stuff, they've got better stuff, yeah, and some places haven't. We generally do only a small amount of small vehicles, so it's not really financially viable for them, whereas the DAF stuff, yeah, we have all the DAF Davies for doing the diagnostics and such like, whereas we're left wanting for other makes of vehicles, yeah. So anyway, I could tell you a little story about this. This guy turned up, and this was a bloke next across the road from me. He sells cars and had a Jaguar. And the Jag had a problem, came back, it was on an elastic band, you know, one of those type of vehicles that keeps coming back, customers never satisfied. And the bloke came around and he said, can you plug it in and have a look? I said, yeah, of course I can, you know, usual price, yeah. And I thought the customer was paying for this because it's his car, so I sat in the car with the bloke, plugged it in, and I got the fault codes up. I said, who's paying for this? And you know, the guy's like, well, I'm not paying for it. And I'm like, unplugged and went, yeah. I said, well, if you're not paying for it, mate, I'm not doing it, yeah. It's a turbo actuator fault. So yeah, funny because the guy who was selling the car came back, he still wanted to cut my rates. Yeah, he said, oh yeah, I'll just give you a £5, just have a plug in. And it's like, no mate, it's 20 quid. Yeah, if you don't like it, just go buy your own scanner, see how much it costs. He's got a little EOBD thing, which doesn't bring up manufacturer stuff, whereas this brings up a lot of manufacturer stuff. I'd say it's a bit hit and miss when it comes to certain things. Sometimes you don't have immobilizer stuff or security or key stuff on. Sometimes you do, yeah. But in general, this is gold dust. This really is gold dust, yeah. So yeah, I got to wait for this to update, and it's going to take a while. Yeah, I've got loads of jokes to tell you, but I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll do something else. Anyway, I've got my crayons just in case I get bored. Yeah, some of you guys know these. You went to college with your Crayolas, didn't you? Fill in the little bits and pieces on your diagrams, so you knew what you were doing. Yeah, nowadays it's all computerized, isn't it? So latest purchase is, yeah, Snap-on. Okay, for the boy. Yeah, he's going to UTC. He is going to have to do engineering, electrical engineering, circuit boards, as well as automotive. So this is good for him. Yeah, very basic. It's not much involved. I'll say unbox it. I mean, unboxing's a bit gay, isn't it? Yeah. Get your leads in here, instructions. Basically what this is, manual ranging. Yeah. Ohms you use for things like resistance. What you're going to use resistance for? Can lines. Yeah. Checking the resistors on your can line. Maybe you'll do glow plug, something like that. Yeah. Maybe you'll do injector resistances. On the whole, we use voltage, wherever voltage is, yeah, volts DC. Yeah, that's what we'll check for. Now this does it do, yeah, okay, 1K, yeah, 1000 volts DC, which is pretty good, actually. You don't really need amperage, do you? We got 200 milliamps, yeah, 10 amps max. What can you do with 10 amps, reading 10 amps? Not much, until maybe something that's a consumer unit on the fuse board. If you're trying to read a starter motor consumption, yeah, you want something a lot more substantial. However, this is for him to learn. I'm going to teach him now, yeah, to how to use this in the fitter's way, yeah, and he'll learn more advanced stuff when he goes onto circuit boards, yeah, but at least he'll get the ohms, amps, and voltage, yeah, and including volts AC, yeah. I'll get him onto the oscilloscope later. When he's finished with this, I can have this in my toolbox, yeah, if he doesn't break it, so we're all right there. £100, yeah, plus VAT. I think that's a steal, to be honest with you. Snap-on, you have got the service backup, whereas stuff on eBay, maybe not. It's his birthday soon, so he'll be getting a nice little birthday present, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have to wait a while for this to update, and what I'm going to show you here is this Mercedes that we had in, and had to do a steering rack on it. Steering rack, some guys strip them, and they'll take the ends off and then pull it through, yeah, one way, and then bend it round and out. What I found is if you just take the ball joints off, and then, well, you actually don't even need to take the ball joints on, and then take the piping off. Yeah, the piping is the thing that gets in the way. You can take that off. So when you fit in a recon steering rack or a new recon or a new steering rack, you just take the pipes off that, put it in place, and then put them back in again. Yeah, easy as. Just mention here that you also need to remove the two subframe support plates. That's these bolts here. 18mm heads and 13mm heads. You can then drop the steering rack out by moving it from one side to another. Anyway, I've got to do steering angle sensor on that and reset the steering wheel because it seems to come up with the ESP all the time for some reason. Yeah, so I've been approached by a few companies. Hang on, I'm getting a bit tired of leaning down here. Right, okay, I've been approached by a few companies that seem to think that my YouTube channel is pretty good for promoting their products, and I'm sort of, yeah, no, maybe, I don't know. They want me to buy stuff off Amazon and then they'll give me the money back, which is like, no way. A couple of interesting companies have approached me and I'm thinking about it in communication now. Yeah, diagnostic stuff, yeah. One thing I'll say about you guys, diagnostics and learning, especially in the HGV trade, We don't really get training on smaller vehicles, do we? Unless you're lucky enough to have vans as a franchise in your place. So Diagnostic Dan, he's actually a pretty good Dutch bloke. He speaks perfect English. There's a heads up on here, and if you're interested, head over to his channel and have a look. He covers diagnostic work, but he's not just using snap-on gear, he's trying out other stuff, yeah. And quite impressed actually. He showed us an Electude learning program, which I've got, and we're using that for theory work. Absolutely brilliant, yeah. And it's the way education is. With our DAF stuff, what we do is we go and do online courses, and you get the multimeter and actually do virtual training. This Electude is exactly the same thing, and it's for light vehicles. So if you want to get ahead of your game, yeah, and it's always worth being there. You want to be the man in front all the time, don't you? The one that you get called on to do stuff. Yeah, you'll be the one that will be the last one to get rid of if ever there was an issue. Or if you want to change your trade, you want to do light stuff, whatever, yeah, have a look. Yeah, it's worth it. Anyway, this is taking ages and ages to upload. So yeah, so anyway, another joke. You gotta have another joke, ain't you? Yeah. So gay guy goes into a butcher's and there's this massive sausage there and he really likes it. Goes up to the counter and he says, I'll have that one, I want that one, I want that one. And the guy on the counter goes, yeah, okay, would you like that sliced, sir? Gay guy goes in shock. He goes, what do you think, my ass is a money slot? Certainly not. Yeah, anyway, whatever. Yeah, so apologies for lame jokes. Yeah, so software installation is complete. Restart the machine and then it will upload or install. And yeah, it takes a bit of a while to do actually. I think in total with a slow computer it took me about 3 hours to do. And then once I'd done all that, it was actually ready to work. So pretty good, 19.2 and up to date. I haven't yet removed any of the data from the last load of vehicles I've done, so I'm going to show you on the Shop Stream Connect just an example of. So what I've done here is I've connected to this and I've got the files up. Now these are recent ones from 2008, actually it's not that recent. I had a Mazda issue, Defenders, Mazda again, Ford Ranger Defenders. I do quite a bit. I'm actually going to wipe all this off. I don't need this now, but I'm going to show you Mazda 2 generator. I swapped the alternator out. So I'm just going to get the file up here and I'll show you this to see what it's recorded. Now this is brilliant. You can't read it on the machine. Yeah, basically, I'll just get two set up here, okay. And I'll zoom in a little bit for you. Okay, I'll zoom in so you can see the screen. Yeah, you see as a screen. Yes. Okay. Right. Well, what I've got here is duty cycle, a smart charger duty cycle, and I got the current voltage. Yeah. Now this is after I changed the alternator out because it was shit, basically. And I'll just go to one view. Now the duty cycle, all right, this is going from 100% duty cycle, 100% duty cycle, 40, 45. So I can select anywhere in this range, yeah, and it will tell me here, okay, duty cycle, here, yeah, 40% goes up to 100%. So the duty cycle is working, all right, the duty cycle is working. Now, I can make a comparison here exactly right with this to see where it went up to. Okay, well let's say, I don't know, 100%, about here. Oh well, whatever. Okay, it's still 40, but you can see here where the voltage is sustained. Because it's a smart charger, it will, as far as I'm aware, will actually drop off. Now I might have turned the ignition off at that point. Okay, as soon as I turn it back on again, the smart charger has come back on line and it's given me 14.4 volts. Yeah, and the duty cycle current field, or the field current in percentage, is 37%. Yeah, So you can see how this works. I can go back and analyze this, okay, and see that it's okay. Right, I'm just going to come out of there. I'll see if I can find the original Mazda faults. I'm not sure I've still got that. Okay, maybe not. Okay, but I mean, you can run the PIDs. Okay, Mazda 2 1.3 petrol. Interesting car this is, the Mazda 2. Right, so here we go. I actually got a shed load of PIDs here. Yeah, absolutely shed load of PIDs. Okay. Obviously, you guys know that PIDs are what the ECU is actually seeing. Yeah. So I could bung up to 16 on here. Okay. Or I could select these and analyze them to see what's doing where. Generally, okay, if I'm doing charge or something like that, I want to see what RPM I'm doing, vehicle speed, and maybe control signals. I don't know. Yeah, this one I just done as an example. I just chucked the whole lot on here, but something like AC signal load voltage. Yeah, okay. I could have a look at this load voltage, AC requests or accelerator pedal position. Yeah, at any given point on the test drive, I can monitor all this and then go back and have a look. Okay. Yeah, well, I've actually got these four. I can select the ones I want. I mean, it's irrelevant now, but yeah, you see how that works with that. Yeah, all these files you can analyze later. And when it comes to having the customer there and you're trying to show the customer what the problem is, and I've had this, especially with this Mazda, yeah, I had to show them where it was going wrong. Okay. Shop stream connect. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into that. That's quite quick to open because it's a small program. Yeah. Good little bit of kit here because you can analyze the files that you've stored in your machine. So I'll go to Vantage Ultra Files and I have shared loads of ABS exciter ring faults, and I have this one which is interesting. What's this one? Okay, this is a compression test. That came off the top of the screen. Do you want to have a look at that? Nah, that's a relative compression test. The rest are ABS sensor faults, yeah? So what I'll do is I'll zoom in a little bit and I'll just show you the power of this. Okay, I'll just zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so we have cursors and I can show the cursors, alright. And then what I want to do is I've got the voltage down here. I can move the cursors to here, for instance, and to here, the two peaks, so we get an idea down here what the voltage is, and this is exactly what was recorded on the machine. Okay, so I can actually play that. Yeah, that's what I recorded. Stop at any points and then I can make some analysis. Okay, I know this is very basic because this is an ABS sensor ring which I was trying to investigate. As you can see here, at this point there was a dent in the ring. Okay, now I just absolutely love this. All these files unfortunately are ABS sensor faults, so I'll just play this. Yeah, okay, because I've been using this for work quite a lot. Yeah, however, it can be used, recorded, analyzed, and then you can get an idea what's going on, because if you are testing something and you have a long screen, as it were, a long timeline, you can then go back and analyze it. This is not as good as the Picoscope because you do not have vertical lines, you only have horizontal cursors. Yeah, which to me actually is pretty good. I'm quite happy with this. So when I'm analyzing stuff, I can also zoom in and zoom out if I want to. to get the whole picture. Yeah, this is as much as what I recorded. Yeah, so you can see the peaks in there where the voltage is at its maximum. Okay, that's just uneven wheel turning. Yeah, if I want to zoom in a bit more, I can do that. Okay, so this is what I was recording, 5 volts, 2-second intervals. Yeah, and if I want to, I can then see what voltages I've had on here. Yeah, so that's pretty damn good. Yeah.